tonight, folks. So, now we're into the summer and Leeds ain't playing. Ain't it terrible? But we're going to try Battle of the Bands, or whatever we're going to call it. So this is Rob's mad keen, stupidly, on the Stranglers. I'm mad keen on the Fall. We both like the other one. So what we're going to have a run through is our favourite five or favourite five. It was really difficult to pick these. So what I'm going through brought back memories, but it's just trying to remember. But if you just play this through, Rob, 5 minutes by the Fall. Let's make sure I've got the right one on here.
5 minutes by the Stranglers.
Yeah, that's him. 5 minutes by the Fall, that's right. Okay. So, reflections. I shouldn't really tell you this. Teenage Party stole the single from somebody's house with Watching the Detectives by Elvis Costello. Really unusual, I thought, to have bass player singing on it, because mostly it was Hugh Cornwell, but it was, tell me, because you probably know about this. I thought they shared the writing. Was it mainly those two, like Lennon and McCartney, or what? What's your recollection on that? Because I'll say a bit about that afterwards. Can you tell us that?
Oh, yeah, they certainly shared the writing. They always shared the writing as a group. So it's foursome. Even though, obviously, in later years, they probably a few arguments about who wrote what, but clearly this is 100% J.J. Bennell's song, because it's his story. It's actually something that happened to him or what he encountered in real life.
Tell us.
Well, it's a grim story. You can hear it in the lyrics, actually. It's basically about house burglary, I think. Unfortunately, the female resident was in. So, think of the worst. And 5 minutes is because apparently the area it happened in London was 5 minutes away from one of the poshest areas in Britain, sort of thing. So it's like it's on your doorstep. And JJ is just singing his own account of what happened, and he closes with threatening to find the fuckers and knock shit out of them. Yeah,
as it's known.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just a great song, great video as well, which we were never quite sure. But to answer your question, they always put credits to all four of them, all four band members.
And I always think on this, it was the imagery that went with it, because he had this thing almost like Hell's Angels type image, and a lot of people like that. But it was. And I tell you, I really like the hanging around. We haven't got hanging around, but I really like this mood stuff, because I like riff, mood, etc. I like atmosphere like that. It's classic, this. But I suppose it's also, thinking back time-wise, again, doesn't mind play tricks. So as I understand it, this was 78, was it?
Yeah.
78. Tony Curry. Can you just get Tony Curry and the Stranglers in the same space?
Yeah.
Same year.
Absolutely.
And I know it was, but,
No, I can.
You get that?
I can. I often felt there was great comparison and parallels between the Stranglers and Leeds United. You wouldn't believe it, would you? I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but clearly, honestly, truly.
Down in the sewer, that's right. Get a grip on yourself, lads. Come on, go on.
Fair point, yeah. Shut up. That's a Stranglers track.
I never said it wasn't. Shut up. Yeah, well, what isn't?
Anyway, so yeah, so
Being a Leeds fan.
look, are you interrupting me again or what?
I am, of course. Would be not me,
Well,
would it,
listen,
Rob? Go on.
this
Oh,
one's
God.
not. This is just a rehearsal anyway, isn't it? So,
Yes, it is.
so
You think? Go on.
yeah. So I probably my first ever hearing of the Stranglers was probably Peaches the year
Yeah.
before, but I didn't have a clue they were. I will have heard it on the radio, and I'd given up on the charts, even though I was only
Yeah,
12
yeah.
at the time. I'd genuinely given up on them because I just got sick of the usual either one-hit wonders or just trash, which is a bit harsh because when you look back now on archive programs, all that,
Do you remember?
great stuff each year.
Do you remember Do Dolce?
That cunt, yeah. That's a few years.
Do you remember?
That's a few years later, though.
I know, but do you remember? Do you know that story about who kept off the top of the charts?
Yes.
Should we say it at the same time? 1, 2,
No.
3. Ultravox. Ah, what are you playing at?
I forgot. No, because I get mixed up with Joe Dolce, and you know, kept Stranglers off chart, off number one.
Did he?
No,
Did he?
there were two bands actually. One was The Jam, which is fair enough, but the other one before it was fucking Tight Fit.
Fucking Tight Fit. Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Yes.
I remember talking about Mid-Yaw as I was, passing.
I liked Ultravox at the time.
Mid-Yaw, Ultravox. I remember Top of the World, 1979, playing with the Rich Kids, Glenn Matlock. And that was after the year before I'd seen them with Jimmy Norton from the Wheelies. But Jimmy Norton was actually Mick Jones from The Clash. Stood next to me in the toilet in the grot, the Top of the World. Anyway, how did we get on to that? So, Rob, a bit interesting. I know we'll come on to your stuff later, but you got into some of the later ones, and it surprised me. So you got this thing where it went into stuff like Golden Brown, like the smoother stuff. Out of the Stranglers stuff, what do you really like? Which type of stuff? Because they do quite a wide range, and people do get a bit surprised by that.
I like them all. I know what you mean. Golden Brown is just an amazing... It surprised the whole world, except probably, I would say, Stranglers fans, because Stranglers fans knew that Dave Greenfield had that in his locker, to say the least, because he was a genius keyboardist and he played beautifully anyway. And I think most of us were sort of on his side. Everyone states that Cornwell were probably the favourite, or Burnell was the favourite, but Jet Black had his masses of supporters as well. And Dave Greenfield, I think everybody loved Dave Greenfield because he was just like a prog rocker almost, except he was in a new wave band. But
it's that haircut. His haircut always got me.
Yeah.
Buddy Bowl.
He had a few questionable styles, I must admit. But and I think as well, anybody who was cool would have liked the Doors, in past years. But and so Stranglers often got compared to the Doors, so obviously influenced by Ray Manzarek or whatever. And Greenfield, I don't think I'd ever heard of him.
No, I know, but that's always the way we like to pick that.
Yeah.
So, in my heyday, when I was in the band, we were termed Joy Division copyists, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, lying bastards.
I mean, look at they. Not that like anybody's ever copied Joy Division.
Do you not think?
But
New Order didn't they? Cruisers Creek by The Fall. reactions, Rob. I don't know. One, I don't know if you've heard that before. Two, I don't know if you like it. Three, I don't know if you had a story about what was going on there. But if I ask you, go on.
Right, absolutely no bleeding story, mate, at all. But even though I saw the fall loads of times. I saw the fall at one stage. I think I'd seen the fall more times than I'd seen the Stranglers. That was early 80s. But I have to say thank you very much for leaving me a lovely frozen image of Bricks.
You know, do you? Bricksmith.
Saw her a few times. Yeah, I actually always thought they're a good band, a really, really good band. One of my best mates was mega into them, so a few of us always went to gigs. Well, that's a great track, and it's one of the most famous as well. But I am rubbish, genuinely rubbish at remembering lyrics. So I'll get a riff, on a bass line straight away, but lyrics.
And I think that's like between the Stranglers and the Fall. I think they've both got that. So it might be just worth understanding that going through. But I remember this. Come home one Friday night. It was on the Tube. Do you remember the Tube? Terry Christian, or was it? Yeah. So this was on there. I go, for fuck's sake. And it was like, it was magic because you didn't see the Fall. You didn't see them in this. And they were just absolutely fantastic. And I think this is peak period Fall for me. It's in that period between, really underground, then go mainstream, and it made a difference, Bricks coming in, because she did a lot of the riffs and the stuff. And as I understand it, reading it today, it was when Steve Hanley, the bass player you can see there, was out for a bit. She came in and did that. But I think she made them. But it's like this thing about you get as well. Mark Smith, did he pull them? Did he pull some birds?
Well, he married.
No, I'll change that. I'll change that. The ladies seem to like his mystique.
He married Bricks. She loved him, didn't she? Worshipped him.
Yeah.
You could tell
it was really good.
I don't know what happened.
It was really good.
I don't know why they split up, etc. But yeah, I do remember the Tube, and I did like the Fall, and I suppose the number of gigs I went to see them at, I doubt actually if they ever had the same lineup from one gig to the next when I saw them. But
have you heard that one about? It's the Fall. If it's Mark and his granny on bongos, it's the Fall because he was the only constant in this. He had some that played there quite a bit, but you get this thing through. But for me, that's the other thing about this.
Yeah, it was a great frontman.
Just unique. He's just absolutely unique because, frankly, and it's the thing about the punk thing, he did not give a shit. Absolutely did not give a shit. And I really found that admirable. So he could have gone mainstream, but he never did. He always stayed on small labels, and he always did this stuff, and he always changed it round. And it's like always trying new things. That's what fascinates me about it. It's just that ethos.